ECOS, that's a result of me not being micromanaged here and doing the things that we do. NECA being here, Mike being here. This is all coming together, and this is happening nationwide. And what Mike's doing with the National Electrical Contractors Association, what's happening in that organization, because Michael is not micromanaged, is amazing. There's changes that are happening. So share with us some of that.
We certainly want to get out there and be a positive influence in this industry. We recognize that the industry has some issues that we are aware of. There's a resource and a supply and demand issue that we have to struggle with. There's a bench strength problem, right? When I started, I was the next guy up on the crew had a lot more time than me. Nowadays it's not uncommon for the whole crew to have less than 10 years. So just understanding the bench strength is just recognizing that we're in an error-likely environment, and the power of partnerships is really the solution, right? So we're going to be out there. You're going to see me. Brent mentioned he saw me 3 years ago, and then he's seen me a lot after that, right? And so you guys are going to see me out and about. We want to engage with as many people as we can to understand where the industry has some issues and where the opportunities are. We believe that safety is not a secret. We certainly share as much as we can and participate in events wherever we can, because we want to be stewards of the industry. We know that we're struggling with these high energy hazards that are killing our folks. We know that fatality rates are kind of flat, in our trade, and in some cases maybe a little bit of an uptick. So the only solution is us locking our arms together and figuring out what collectively we can do, because if we all fall back into our camps, it's just going to be business as usual, and we're not going to make any change. So, certainly look at the way that you're doing training with your folks, and make sure that there's a competency-based element to that, task-specific, making sure, right, you guys doing transmission one day, doing distribution the next. How are you addressing that? If you have issues in your management capacity to have field leadership or safety expertise, or trainers, dedicated trainers, or continuing education, those are all things that need to be addressed. Equipment selection, involvement in the process, right? One of the things that we encourage our members, get involved, right? There's tons of, look, we don't have a lot of bandwidth, especially when you're managing safety at a company. But if you can get in on a team, if you can be on a committee, and I know we could be committed to death, but like I mentioned, these national level committees where your company can have a voice, get involved. Maybe it's a local thing. Maybe it's a local safety council. Maybe it's a utilities hosting a joint contractor safety meeting, and you can have a chance to present a topic and share it with the rest of the group. Maybe it's scrubbing an incident report to where all the the sketchy, the at-risk information is removed from that, and then it's something you can share, with other people, right? So start to think about how can you, as an individual and your company, your organization, how can you add value to the industry? And certainly Bierer Meters and ECOS, you guys are out in front with creating at least an environment where people can come and have these conversations. This is a free-form conversation. We're about an hour and a half in, we're talking shop. We're talking about the trade that we love. And if you're listening to this for this long, my guess is that you love this trade too. And so I would just say that's the kind of things we're working on, and that's the things that are important to us. And it's not unique to NECA. It's an industry focus.
Yes. And folks, I just want to appreciate you all being here. Mike, man, take all these components from A to Z that you heard here today, and take them to heart and implement these components. And I think with all these words that were spoken here today, you know what your strengths are. You also know where your weaknesses are. But work on these things. Share with one another these things. And I believe, and I know Mike believes this as well. That's why he called this topic the dark woods. I know he believes, and his whole futuristic viewpoint is that this will happen, this will take place, it is taking place, this is proof. And these dark woods scenarios, they're going to be gone. And we're always going to be in the light. We're always going to be happy. We're always going to come back home to our families. They'll be happy. And our environment at work, we need to just get along. You don't even have to like me. You don't have to like Mike to get along. But watching out for one another, guess what? That has nothing to do with whether Mike likes me or I like Mike or you guys as well. It's our job description. It's a line team. That's what we do as a line team. We just watch out for each other. And appreciate, Mike, you being here, brother.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time to be here. And just one last final thought. You young guys that are listening to this, it takes time. It takes time, right? Yeah. Don't rush this profession. It takes time to get the experience you need. You need to be exposed to different environments and conditions and information and training. You'll get there. You'll make tons of money. You'll have a nice truck. You'll have a career you can retire on. Take your time, and be safe, and God bless you.